Let's make it happen, Captain. Kimmy 65 is live. Oh 07. We are back. Well, look, check it out. Had a slight issue. Um, I spawned my ship. Well, I jumped into the game. I went to check my ship, and it had nothing. None of the items were there, right? So something told me, okay, Bender oh 07. Okay, I'm understanding some of the concepts that they talked about with server meshing, aggregates, the stowing and unstowing. So what I did, I spawned the ship, right? Spawned it to the hangar, and then I stored it, and then I checked the inventory again, and voila, all of my modules and everything was there. So it's basically what container is it in, what authority is it under, making sure it's stowed. But it's some sort of something's going on. It's stow and unstow and where it belongs. Where it's kind of like it does not, it's not picking up where it is in a sense. So by me reaffirming that, hey, my ship is here in this station, so then it's there, and then I unstow it or store it again, it resets it. That's my logic, and I'm sticking with it. But apparently it worked because I go into the inventory here, right? And I select my ship, which is the Miss Prospector. Oh, wait a minute. Now it's like locked. Okay, let me go to the kiosk. Everything was there. Okay, store. Okay, it's on the pad. Let me store it. That's why. Okay, I want to store it. So I'm gonna call it up as if I'm gonna, customize it, whatever, right? So it's stored. So I have access to it now. And so I went back to it and all of my utilities were there. So there you go. It's working. All right, let me Linda, are you in the game? Apparently we still have a what you would call a audio desync or something. Audio is a little desynced right now. So there is an EPTU patch that's being worked on. So I would imagine once that's figured out, it's going to go directly as a hot fix into live, I would say. But I'm digging that the roadmap too. I'll get on that later. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and call the ship up. So anyone who may have run into that, just do what I was just mentioning. You see that your items are not on your ship, store the ship and then call it back up. And then proceed to go ahead and like customize it. You'll see your items that come back. That's what happened for me. Oh damn. Oh, see? Do you see what's happening? There's some sort of desync or stow unstow issue. Something's out of sync. We get some nutrients. So we still have the invisible candy bar bug. Rehydrate. All right. 76%. That'll do me. Move it on. Just in case I have to change that stampede out. I'll bring one to the ship. Vehicles. Okay, it's on the ship. I'll drop another one just in case. So that's 612 turns, 12 usages for this stampede. I have 2 on the ship. I can manually change them out. All right, power up. And I'm going to call ATC in 3, 2, 1, now. Up. 3, 2, 1, now. Come on, ATC, what's going on?
You are clear to launch. You are clear to launch.
I pressed the button twice. We have some desync. Obviously, some could be memory leaks. It's like Polygon, the gaming mag or tech mag or something. They put an article out for CIG. A recent article. Polygon. Hold on. I'm gonna lighten this up a little bit. Okay, here we go. I tweak my colors. Colors look a little washed out. Okay. See. Oh, the EPTU panel open to all backers with live client fix to address audio degradation. Yeah, I think once they get all the testing done on that, that we should see a hot fix by tomorrow or so. Not tonight. Get over to the light side of the moon. Okay, here we go. Start scouting for some rocks, baby. Yeah, I'm hoping to see some backlog industrial ships, for sure. Ships that will kind of close the gameplay loop. Repair, whether it's repair, that's a good one on the list. Pioneer would be a good one. Medical would be a good one. I'm thinking all of the ships that will kind of close the gameplay loop and enhance the current gameplay that we have. How amazing would it be to see two of those ships, let alone three? If I had to say what two, Vulcan and the Crucible. But no, you have to spread the love. So the easiest one would be the Vulcan. It's smaller, it can get around. But then if you're talking about adding these larger ships in game, you're going to need that kind of repair mechanic to be on a scale that's going to make sure. Right now we have the Mistcall C. Is that right? The C is out. So already we're looking at scaling, and we're also we also have the Hammerhead in game. So repair on that kind of scale, you would definitely want the Crucible. For sure. What is that WR? I have something targeted. Is that a WR? What could that be? Bring your volume down just a tag. Oh 07. Is it the music vendor? Oh, turn it up. I turned it down. Okay, there we go. It's my mic, isn't it? Okay, let me go ahead and save it. Lock it in. So, oh my gosh, my bad. Oh, trespassing. Okay, damn it, I'm trespassing, dude. Damn, crime stat. I'm losing money, man. Oh crap. Okay, that should do it. Okay, oh 07. Let me let me save this. Okay, save it. It's my active setting. Okay, it's saved now. It's locked in for sure. Didn't realize that. Yeah, because I can hear it better myself. Oh 07. So you want to come to Scout? Sure. 2 hours, man. Why not? Why not? Because I figured, when I didn't see you online, I figured, okay, it's a work day for you, man. Same for me. Same for me. Like I said, it's just gonna come in and test what's going on, what's buggy, what's not, you know. But I would definitely would love to see what's going on with some of the industrial ships. But yeah, I was surprised on the roadmap, Bender. They have the G12. That's on the roadmap now. Um, People were waiting on that one. Yeah, that's they're testing the there's audio degradation. It's basically the audio is out of sync after a while, and so they're getting a fix for that. So we'll probably get it as a hot fix. It's PTU for everyone. Basically, it's not Evocati. It's everyone can jump in and test that. They need testers for that. But my thing was, man, they could have took another 9 days, another 7 days for this patch. Seriously, but I know why. You look at the sales that they have going on, marketing, sales. So they need those sales to fly out the door. Everybody. I think the E is for everyone because it's for every if you want to download it. But it's more of a thing where they need people to test though. Get that audio straightened out. Yeah, I think it has everything to do with sales and marketing, Bender. When I thought about it, it was definitely a little too early. Is especially when we know that end of September is the usual cadence for them to drop the patch. So they had a lot of time to really work on it. But when it came down to it, it was business. It was a business decision. I can't fault them for that though. No, if it's a thing where they got to it's getting to the end of the month, they got to pay bills, man. And you think about, oh, what are you going to, it's a business first. I thought about that heavily too. And I say, I wanted to say, come on, guys, you say quality of life, but if it's just that one thing, maybe just that one thing, or a few things, right? Overall, this isn't bad. Overall, this really isn't bad, but yeah, get that thing fixed ASAP. But yeah, they wanted to get those sales out. The Mirai, the Miss Call C. And now we're seeing green. The the purple and the gold now. They're blending it now. We're seeing like a green outline. I don't know if that's a bug or not, or it makes me wonder: are they going to abandon some of this as we see it? The smaller ships may still see these kind of rocks, but what about the mining veins that Tony Zorvik talked about? Okay, '07. Doesn't take long to fill up. Holy smokes. Does not take long. Exolite. I'll go for the bet. Attackemite. Nice break. All right, let's see. What do we have? Yeah, but definitely more industrial ships, CIG. Medical would be great to have in game. The Apollo, that would be good to see that ship. But definitely I think the most immediate thing would be the repair. We're getting the Argo SRV. It's on the roadmap as well. Bender. I was shocked to see that one, but then again, they were working on that one. So it's a lot of ships coming down the pipeline. Now, will that be after September, closer to CitizenCon, or we don't know? But that's that's on the roadmap. But I want to see, I'm going to read that a little more in detail. But yeah, the G12, the Origin G12 vehicle, I think that's something that they want to use to test the new the traction and surfaces for the road vehicles. Yeah, I am a big fan of the now cruise control button. If you touch your thruster and move it forward a little bit, it will disengage the cruise control automatically. I love that because I've crashed a few times with that button on, not realizing it was still engaged, it was still activated. Yes, it is. Yep, it's the tugboat, and I would imagine, with the whole series or the sea, if it gets full and it's on a planet, and it may not, it may be too heavy to utilize escape velocity. The Argo could help it, so it's perfect timing with that ship. Yep, they got the tugboat going on. And you know what would be next? The next natural step to that, Bender? Repair ship, whether it's the Crucible or the Vulcan. You have the Argo SRV tug the damaged ship back to a spaceport. or a neighboring space station, and you can go to work on it. That would be the natural progression after that. Yeah, it's on the roadmap now. I was good to see it. And it has a purpose. It has a purpose. Damage. Because you know why? It also makes me wonder too. Twix, you sure do love mining. Love testing it, man. Um, the uh, the tugboat, right? Well, master modes. Once they really get master modes going, you're gonna see it more people do dogfighting in the game. You're gonna have people testing it, and so you might have those soft deaths where you need to get your ship towed. I can see that with racing too. Racing people pulling the ship out of the area, cleaning up. Yeah, that's fun to see. It has a purpose. Industrial ships will be the cornerstone of this game. It's the sustainable feature gameplay loop. Oh 07. Send you an invite. Yeah, industrial ships are sustainable. No doubt about it. That's the sustainability. I'm just tongue teaser words, man. I'm throwing out there. It's the sustainability for the game. It's going to ensure that it's going to be around for quite a bit. There's no doubt about that. Not the dogfighting. Even though they are looking to make dogfighting more welcoming, and I would welcome it too, and where it would make a lot more sense and fun, visceral. I'm sure they want to come CitizenCon. They want to show us some of the pipeline, how that relay system, engineering system works. I'm sure of it. I would not be shocked. They've been working on that for a bit. And then it kind of went a little dark. They showed little bits and pieces, and they're like, "Nope, that's all you get. The rest you'll probably see at CitizenCon." It only makes sense. But I think with that two-player versus two-player dynamic, is definitely going to be involved. You're going to have master modes. That's going to be a part of that. And they're going to showcase that. And I think they're using that as the measure of, do people like this? What's the feedback? Maybe some adjustments before they really push it out to the live servers. But I can definitely see them getting the feedback at CitizenCon over the master modes, and then they push that feedback or those updates over to Arena Commander first, which they call the experimental mode now. That's pretty much predominantly what Arena Commander is going to be about, which makes perfect sense. It's going to usher in a new era for Arena Commander, where people can get into the game, try out something without having to suffer the consequences in the live servers. The death of the spaceman mechanic and losing of items. This is a place where you can test your skill sets. Should be interesting though, if they do it right. And what I'm hearing, I'm kind of hearing that, with the advent of the tech getting better, they're probably ready to revisit Theater of War again. So I would imagine that would be inside of Arena Commander as well. There's Bender. Yeah, any of those industrial ships would be a most welcome piece of tech that will enhance this game even further. Repair. We need repair like yesterday. If you're talking about pyro, you're talking about moving to systems that are beyond the UEE reach. You got to have those kind of ships. And some people were saying like the commercial was outshining the actual game itself. Here's good rocks. Okay. Head coming around your way. I'm gonna take a look at this one since I'm right on it. I'm gonna see what it's saying. That's probably a hand mineable. Twix, where are you? Hand minables. Dude, you must have some kind of components that can sniff out good rocks or something, because I don't know how you do it. I don't. I don't understand it. It was not meant for people to understand it. Maybe that's a superpower. Good gosh, man. That's a freaking superpower. A virtual superpower. It's insane. Oh my god. Oh, that was real cool that they did not wipe the servers too. But you know what it says though? It says that they have enough of their tech. That's enough of the code is legitimate that they can move forward further into updating their tech without having to go through a major change such as wiping the system. But it tells you something. That Capyro, his power to sniff rocks. Yes, that's a superpower. C-Pyro. Is it C-Pyro or Capyro? I don't want to butcher your name. 07 to you, sir. Capyro. C-Pyro. Like the dragon. The dragon? Hero. Come on, Terra Knight. It seems like they've addressed the spikes because I was getting spikes. Pyro, like the dragon. Oh, from the Disney, the DreamWorks, the animated dragon. 07. You hear that? That's the that's why they made the EPTU patch, because you still hear the mining beam, the laser, and yeah, that's audio degradation they were talking about. So we're gonna get a hot fix for that. So that'll be good. We get this. We get that fixed. We were talking about that earlier. You know, well, the end of September is the official release time for this patch. So they're a little early, but you know, I would have been quite all right with them dropping this on the 30th or the 29th or closer to the end of the month. Um, but some of us are saying, hey, it was if we had this kind of bug that's causing them to create a hot fix, why couldn't they have waited? But when you look at it, it's also a business as well. You have is a fine line between the two, unfortunately. And you know, as it showed, they released the two new ships. So it's kind of like, well, what are you going to do? You know, it's almost in the end of the month. The next month, there'll probably be bills that needs to be paid. You know, so sell those ships, and that they did. So it makes sense. It's too close to CitizenCon. They want to get this out of the door. You know, off their hands, off their plates, and get onto the business of CitizenCon. And the devs are working hard on that right now. So less is more for them. Less things to do on their plate, the better they can be focused. Because they're all hands on deck. They're definitely full on with CitizenCon. I kind of think it's going to be pretty good. I do, even though I can only guess and speculate as to what's going to be there or what they're going to show. Fill her up, yes sir. Oh my God, that's 100% Terranite. Okay, I'm gonna drop this off, Bender, and make a quick run back. Oh my gosh. Oh, that one is... Oh, I'm full now, Bender. I'm gonna see what that is. Oh, Terranite. Oh, cool. Nice. Alright, I will be right back. But yeah, I can only guess what we're going to see. Now, I do know for a fact we're definitely going to see something Squadron 42. That's no mistake into that. There's no mistake on that. If not, I'd be totally I will totally accept that assumption and say, you know, I was totally wrong on that one, but I would be shocked. I would not be by myself saying that, because it's been what 4 years since an actual in-person CitizenCon, and even longer since Chris really talked about Squadron 42, or at least shown a demo of Squadron 42. It's been ages. And you know, when you look at the roadmap and the progress report, they've been getting a lot done. And you have a number of backers who pledged for just this open sandbox, the persistent universe, but also from the beginning and to right now, you have a number of people that just want Squadron 42. They've been left in the cold. Figment 7507. Give me NBC. Oh, you don't want to see that? I'd be worse than the ones that's already in the game, Figment. I'd be worse. Always checking my damn Moby. over by the juice bar all the time. Not helping out. Not unloading cargo or nothing. Leaving trash in the freaking stations. I'd be horrible, man. Wanting to charge too much for my labor. Blowing up your ship. Saying I'm experienced. I'm a great navigator and blowing up your ship. Getting bad rep. No, man, you don't want me. Fall off the chair. Yes. Or abandon the ship and don't tell the other crew to abandon. I'd be a bad crewman. Oh yeah, I'd be a terrible NPC. I would have a terrible rep. Yeah, that's another thing. Will we, Figment, will we get better AI once we get server meshing? That's the big question right there. I kind of feel that we will, because the resources will be kind of reallocated to systems and, you know, planets, moons, whatever you call it. They'll have their own, you know, resources isolated to just them, you know, their own private resources. That's kind of what server meshing going to do. It's going to split things up, break things down, and everything won't be on just one server. But then it should help with the server tick rates. We would hope, right? That's the other part. I would love for them to talk about that and give us a demonstration and kind of see that server fleshing much more resources available. So server meshes much more resources available. So I see no reason for resources to be a blocker to AI progression. So true. So true. And it's going to be an eye opener too. It's going to be a most welcome change, you know. And then you have the conversations of, oh wow, the NPCs are able to travel. They're able to get in the ship. You have NPC pirates are now able to not just blow your ship up. Not just about that. It's about them trying to negotiate with you to surrender because they've disabled your ship. Things of that nature, robbing you of your cargo. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for initially, right? Because that's going to be the initial thing once we get into Pyro. Oh yeah, that Chat GPT is a big controversy, right? Maybe by the time we get there, Chat GPT will be a game add-on devs can use to control the actions of NPCs. That would be crazy, Figment. That would be nuts. You're talking about challenging and feeling, or, you know, simulated, like a simulated life all its own. And it wouldn't seem like if you were playing as a single player and you have a multi-crew ship and you have NPCs, all crew members that are NPCs, that would be pretty stout. That would be really, really interesting. There's my marker. I thought it was here, but I have a pad. I think that's a pad over there I can just go to. Yep. I don't have to muck around with permissions. All right. Grab a Bormax gadget for this next rock. A Bormax. Okay. I'm using, I think it's a Helix. Don't quote me on that. I'll take a look when I get upstairs. Yeah, the end of an era now. Port Olisar, man. It's funny. It's how that ends, and then we're about to go into a new era, which is server meshing. Isn't that funny? It's a progression, right?
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
And you say, how many years ago was that when we first went to freaking Port Olisar for the first time? We jumped out of the bed and went into the station, and you hear that voice, "Welcome to Port Olisar," and everybody's looking around, checking things out. Why does it say claim? That's weird. Is 148%. If I do a Bender, let me ask you, if I do a claim on this, will it destroy my ship? Will my items go away? Do I hit claim? It's weird that I have to do that because I landed on the pad. Confused about this one. But do I just leave it? It's on a pad. Do not claim. Okay. So can I go ahead and I'm gonna go to the refinery and offload this stuff because that's what I was thinking. I had to store it some way somehow. Okay. And again, what you just noticed, chat. Okay, got you. Twix, look at that. You can still refine. You know, this is it. This is, I mean, the same thing when we're talking about in one breath we talk about Star Citizen, and sometimes it can be so difficult, it can be so detailed, but just as much fun. This would not happen. None of this would be uh, possible without the community. Shout out to Urkel, man. Urkel was doing some massive work for CI. Well, not working directly for CIG, but they were doing some. He was doing some stuff behind the scenes for the calculations, and now CIG has to let it go because it's some new tech that's coming down the line and other priorities that they have to deal with. So they said go to Urkel. He's, they gave him a shout out, and I'm like, wow. Again, it's just the community, man. Shout out to Urkel, man. It's incredible stuff that this community does, and CIG knows it. You know, they they give credit where credit is due, but yeah, this community is what makes Star Citizen what it is, and I just want that progression and that progress to keep moving forward and to speed up to an extent to which that the community who deserves this are totally fulfilled and happy with what's going on with the game, you know. But Chris wants to do it right, and I don't blame him. And some of us get a little frustrated, lack of patience, or just the process is just taking a while. But when you average it out and you see it's about the average time any other game, it takes time. But when you look at the amount of work that they've done, they've been killing it, man. But I think we kind of get them on those things of the slips and trips and falls that they go through when they're developing. But that's the open development side of it. Okay, I'm looking at utility, and I'm gonna grab mining modules, or max. Do I have one? Riser, thoughts. Oh, the bore max. That's the hand thing. Okay. Okay, it's the gadget. Okay, there it is. I'll get two. You can keep one. I'll have one. You have one. Put one in my backpack. Take this with me. Okay. Okay, you said what mining head do I have? I have the So I'm still out there. I can't do anything. Yeah, I think it was the Helix. All right, so I'm gonna head out. Hangar 4.
A movie glass has been found. Report to the manager's office if you think it's yours.
Okay, headed to Hangar 4. Here we go. Yeah, I would love for Tony Zorvek to talk about the mining, the next step to mining, and that would be the damn it, Hangar 4 is pad 4. I had the number right. Creatures of habit. There we go. All right. Here we go. Scavenger. Oh 07. How are you, sir? Oh 07 to you. What's your take on live, Scavenger? What are you running into any issues, major issues with 320? Nothing major, but it's buggy as expected. True. That I think the major thing, Scavenger, is still that that audio desync, or that's still a problem. But they made a separate patch for it, so at some point we're going to get a hot fix for it. But yeah. But outside of that, oh, and then I like, in the external view, if you do it a number of times, it will stop working. Notice that was another bug. But this is a welcome change, Scavenger, compared to when we had to go through 318. This is a sigh of relief. Bender says, so we had this big rock and the rest of the last rocks are at least 2 more loads. Okay, Bender, I'm on my way, man. Oh, you're right. Scavenger, are you thinking about that Argo SRV, the tugboat? Hauling some broken ships, damaged ships? I would say, would you be able to use that Argo SRV and, like, say, drag a ship that's damaged, right? Drag it back to a pad or something, and once you're on the pad, can you then enact the repair feature? So that's probably a way that they're going to mitigate or work around actual repair until they get repair in the game. Will that be a thing? But we'll check it out. You can always rent it for sure. And also, I would suspect with a fully loaded ship, you're gonna need that to help you get out of atmosphere if you land that thing on a planet or something, or I don't know. I don't know if it will be able to land with it being fully extended. I doubt it. Yeah. But maybe some of the other cargo ships that's coming down the pipeline that are pretty big, they may have weight limitations. I can definitely see the Caterpillar needing help from the SRV once they physicalize this stuff that they're saying with the weight and cargo. It's going to be a thing. The more you fill your ship up, I can see the Caterpillar needing help. That's definitely one ship. You hear those sounds? Yeah, that's that distortion, audio distortion. Now you don't hear the quantum spinning up. Yep. They know that was a major bug. Killed you twice. You know what? For me, Scavenger, it's funny how changes can be either a godsend or just as just something just evil at the same time. Because I was just saying how great of a product that was, because Scavenger, sometimes I'm using it and I don't realize it's still on and I crash and destroy my ship sometimes because it's on and I don't realize that the markers don't, there's nothing that really stands out to let me know that it's still active. But what I love about it now is that the muscle memory for me, it kicked in, that when I enact or when I activate the cruise control, if I just nudge forward with the throttle anytime forward, it'll turn off automatically. So it gives me manual control. Now, even granted, if I use the cruise control and I use the strafe up, down, left, or right, it's fine. It'll stay the way it is. But the moment I move back or forward, that's where it will deactivate. I love that though, man. I'm sorry it's messing you up. I really am. But I can't say enough about it. I love it. It's actually keeping me alive. And I say, what wonderful person created such a beautiful idea? They should be promoted. Chris, promote them. And you're probably saying, fire them now, Chris, fire them. I'm like, wow. But yeah, a mechanic can be a godsend or it could be evil depending on, how you use it, who's using it. That muscle memory. We're creatures of habit. Fender, I'm here, sir. Okay, I would say you. Oh, let me give you the Bormax. A gift for you, man. Got your Bormax. Yeah, my external view is Bork now. I can't use it. Woo! What are you trying to compete with Tom Cruise, man? Holy smokes. I'm a mechanic. Yeah, you fly like one. Holy smokes. Leave the piloting for Top Guns, please. Holy smokes, man. Oh, did you just blow? Okay, I say, please, I hope you did not blow yourself up. Okay, I have it in the hand. And I'm getting out the ship. I'm a mechanic and I fly like one, damn it. Yeah, I'm gonna deliver it. You could, okay, you could open the door. I'll put it on the ship. Oh, put it on the rock. Damn it. Okay, this is the rock. Hello, wake up, Kimmy. Too much oxygen. Is this the rock, vendor? Oh, you're late on you're a little late on your messaging, man. Okay, why isn't it? Okay, there it is. Got it. Okay, it's a delay. he really stamped it. Okay, setting the modulation, propagation. Okay, looking at all the parameters for propagation, and I think 69% is good there. Oh, it still has me interacting with it. Okay. Okay, next. Started typing. I'm wrong. Window turned off my power. Oh no. Oh yeah, they changed. Go to my Discord vendor under tech. No, joystick. They have the new 320 controls. Chanticleer 07 to Chanticleer. He dropped it into Discord. It's there. It's the under joystick setup. It's the 320 key bindings. It's not you. It's they changed a lot of things around for 320. Okay, field range. See, you know, that's why I love the key bindings. I love where I go in and I set it according to my key bindings. It's a lot of different keyboard commands on that thing. It's crazy. But they're working through it. 70%. Come on now. Okay, it seems like my hand, I have sticky hands or something. It won't let go. But okay, there we go. 70%. Here we go. Axial scatter. This should do it. When I get into the 90s, it'll give me the green light at the bottom right to activate. Okay, it must be another combination that I have to use. Okay, 85%, 86. Damn it. It keeps, yeah, this is bugged a little bit. It's giving me sticky hands. Fingers. Okay. Gotta change some things around. I wonder if this was the wrong one. I don't know. Hard to say. I'm working with it though. Lizards go pew pew. 07. 10 years in SC. Heavy Bob 07. Today is the day. It's your 10-year star system. How do you feel? How did you know that? Oh my God. 10 years, man? Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, I feel like I need to talk to Chris. What have you done to me, man? What the hell have you done to me, Chris? 10 years? Oh my God, man. You got to be kidding me. I got to reevaluate. Chris, we need to talk, man. We need to talk. Oh my gosh. What in the world? 10 years of this madness? I have to apologize to everyone. I gotta get some psych help. What the hell is wrong with me, man? 10 years? No freaking way. That is insane. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. The madness. I have to apologize for everyone for this madness. What in the world? I'm not trying to get to 30K. I don't. I'm scared for a 30K. 30 years. 30K. Oh my goodness, man. 10 freaking years. What? You got to be 2013. Yeah. Been playing it, but looking at it since then. What in the world, man? Okay, I don't think the Boar Max is going to do it. Just drop it in to congratulate. Heavy Bob, thank you so much for that. 10 years, I know. Heavy Bob, I have no comment. I will not deny or will I condone. Oh my God, man. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Chris Roberts, aka the Pied Piper. Oh my God. I tell you, if it wasn't for this, I would not meet or come in contact with all of you and have time to, spend time with you and get to know you all. So great times. That's what I would say. Met some great people. Oh, and lo and behold, that was just everything aligned when that acknowledgement came. Can't make this up, man. That's just confirmation right there. 07. Great community though, Heavy Bob. Great community. And I'm saying you as well. I'm inclusive, and I'm saying thank you because you came on here to do that. So again, I can't make this up, man. This is a great community. This is why you see it. It's all in the chat. 07 to you all. 10 years of knowing some awesome people. Thank you. Thank you so much. Our citizen community. Can't make it up. Yeah, I'm about to use that stampede on it now. See if it'll give it a boost. Okay, I have this. This is what I have the stampede for. She's working, but see, it's no sound. Oh, this is gonna be rough. Bender, you think you can fire on it a little bit? Okay, thank you. I saw the laser. Oh, there it is. There she goes. Hello. Okay. And you know what? I'm really liking the stampede now. At first, it was like I would just round up on those things. I'm like, no, I'm not using that thing, man. And now it's like one of the... Oh, there it is. One of the best things since sliced bread, man. I need an assist, Bender. A little more. A little more. Yes. Yeah, baby. Gladestone 07. Skyhawk. Did they push a patch today? Not yet, Sky. They're still working on that EPTU. I'm causing trouble all the time, Gladestone. All the time. And I can't help myself. It's this Star Citizen community. Guys are bad habits. Bad habits. Oh wow. You know what? I fell in love with the throwaway modules. The Stampede is like one of my favorites now. I keep a bunch in the ship. They have 6 usages. And I'm digging it, man. I'm really digging it. Okay, let me check the other percentages of the Terranite. Try to see if I can get a 100%er on that thing before I do anything. Okay, that's mostly aluminum. See, what is this? That one's 54. Okay, okay, okay. %35% Terranite. All right. Okay, that's 58%. Let's go for the. Okay, so it wants me to fracture. Gladestone, it's outside of the audio distortion issue, it's not bad. It's much more polished, right? And when you talk about us getting out of 3:18:19, it's much better. Much better. Well, you know what? We had conversation about that, Gladestone. We did discuss that, but then here's the situation. It came down to, it's towards the end of the month they could have brought it out, but at the same time, there is the aspect of them, marketing sales, right? They had 2 ships to bring out. They needed to bring those ships out. That's my logic behind it. And when you think about it, the main issue, or the main thing that's the issue, is the audio. Outside of that, there's workarounds here and there. It's not too bad. And the fact of the matter is, we're going to get maybe 2, or at the most 3 more .x patches, maybe 2 prior to CitizenCon, and then we're getting an end of the year. And keep in mind, everything is predicated around the initial release of static server meshing. So this is, overall, this is pretty good, knowing that we're about to go deep into that major change again, similar to what happened with 3:18, as far as them making a major step, right, or change. But again, CIG also stated that, they gave that post-mortem. They said there's a lot that they've learned in that process. So fingers crossed to, we're going to make that major step again, but it won't be as heartburn. It won't be that much heartburn as it was with 3:18, making that move over to 3:18. Fingers crossed, right? But we got to do that. We got to make that move. It's got to happen. The game has to change. But I'm excited about it. I'm really excited about it. Excited for the 2-day event. We all know we're gonna see or hear something about Squadron 42. You have to. 2-day event. Come on. And I'm happy for the people who back the game strictly or exclusively for Squadron 42. I'm happy for them. But hell, I'm going to play Squadron 42 as well. I want to know what this is all about. I want to know what this story, what's the narrative for this? For this universe. It's going to set the pace. It's going to give you the lore. It's going to give you cause and effect. You're going to see the history, places that you visit. It's going to spark that muscle memory. It's going to pull at your heartstrings because you were a part of something that happened in the past. Which that story is going to be revealed in Squadron 42. So I'm excited. You see, I'm hearing sounds. You see that audio distortion? Yeah, Gladestone, that's the key, right? That's where we're all crossing our fingers on that. A lot of us are, it's a lot of smart people in this community, right? And I hear that too. And I'm one who definitely, I agree with you and on those terms of, this is the main thing that's bottlenecking a lot of what they want to get done, right? or if they're able to deliver to us. And now that they're getting to a point where they're starting to really organize, they're getting the tools and everything that they need. We got to dive in head first into this server meshing world. Yeah, they're gonna start setting their priorities. It's gonna be, man, hold on to your hat. 2024. Whoa, get ready. I think this CitizenCon is the big kickoff, and I gotta say it, man. I think it's gonna quiet a lot of naysayers, right? About, it's a scam and blah blah blah. You know, I think Chris Roberts gonna take receipts, man. He's gonna take receipts. All the people, those rags who talk, Patakus and oh yeah, da 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 da. He's but yeah, 600 million later, da 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 da. It's like, okay, he's gonna hold on to those receipts, man. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. But yeah, I sense that they're about to, get to a point where things are gonna really start flowing. Now, if that means mid-year, around June of next year, so be it. Because, it's not over. That's, server meshing, it's a two-prong approach, because you got the static, meaning separating and solidifying, setting up all the areas that are going to not, that are kind of like your foundational parts. And then you have the dynamic. That's the other part right there. The dynamic server meshing is where it really takes off. So is that a thing for mid to end of next year? Possibly, yeah. Yeah, but I think we're going to see, it's kind of the way that server-side object containers kind of went, right? Object container streaming, right? It went that way. And they started at, it was a two process approach. But definitely the server meshing, the static is going to help make things a lot snappier. I think that's the dynamic is where the player counts really go up, But still, that first initial step is going to allow them to do a lot more to the game. And round it out so that those gameplay loops are going to start to close. And it's going to start making a lot of sense. I think we all kind of get a sense of where it needs to go as far as the gameplay loops, because they overlap each other. We were just talking about the SRV. You can now tow other ships, other damaged ships, to a safe location, and tier 0 is getting it onto a pad where they can repair, but eventually you take it to a hangar. Now that all this stuff is starting to connect. This universe is starting to connect with itself. The persistent hangars. What if you become a mechanic in the game, right? So this is me theory crafting, but it's within the context of it making sense, right? Let's say you start getting into repairs. Oh shit, don't crash. I just did what Bender just did. Ended up turning off my ship, man. Oh gosh, by accident. Oh gosh. Oh boy. Oh my god. Okay, I'm good. I just gotta pay for that. That damage. Oh snap. But yeah, that's not a tough theory craft right there. That kind of makes sense. If for people who want to craft, that would be very welcoming, that kind of gameplay. Orgs in the game has had nothing implemented in the game. Yeah, the hangars is going to be. Matter of fact, they're going to do part 2. Did you see that Gladestone? The containers with Chad McKinney? That was really cool. Part two is tomorrow. Yeah, Gladestone. We were saying earlier, um, those industrial ships will kind of solidify those gameplay loops. You have like, you have the group medical org. Imagine if the Apollo came out sometime early next year, and we have the full complement of, with the Apollo, what can happen with the Apollo. And we had a great a couple of days ago. We had a great conversation in that regard about how medical can kind of be. They're kind of there's a cross pollination between them because right now people were abandoning or melting their Cutlass Reds, and I was saying what could be the solution. We were saying what could be the solution to that? Permeable, where one can, like for example, we define what those tiers could potentially be. Um, the tier one, we were talking about, prosthetics, cybernetics, and then organic, where you can recreate the arm itself. So with the Endeavor, that's like on the same level with the hospital. You take those DNA samples, and you can grow or 3D print your organic organs back, whether it's an arm, leg, an eye. But it would take time, right? It's a time sink in that. So there's a crafting method to that. But then you have the Apollo. It's the next tier under that. It's a cybernetic part, right? Mechanic. And then with the Cutlass Red, it's prosthetic. And then we were talking about the concepts of, if you're on a mission with the Cutlass Red, they will induce you or cryo freeze you and put you in a coma. So that way, when we talk about death of the spaceman, right, it won't be a thing where you have to recreate yourself, because even though we are able to do that, even Chris said there'll be a time where that's not going to work anymore. So what better way to mitigate that is, cryo freeze until you can go to a hospital and have a full recovery, right? Or get to a higher tier. So what we were saying as far as, people, preventing them or not discouraging them from melting the lowest tier, you can just use the Cutlass Red as a stopgap. So like, say, for example, the economy may hit you hard. So you can only afford a prosthetic. But when things are, when economics are better, you start you're making a profit on your missions because you become successful at them. Now you have the money to go make with cybernetics, or you can go with 3D printed organs, basically a match per match, apples to apples. So it'll be a timestamp that you're not locked in. But then we laughed about it. Some people want cybernetic parts because it looks cool. So there you have it. But Gandalf the Gray to Gandalf the White. Yes. Yes. An upgrade. But yeah, it's just those industrial ships that serves purpose. It keeps people in the game. It keeps them engaged. So yeah, any of those ships, they Argo SRV, if you looked at the roadmap today, they threw that out there. That's coming. But see, they were working on that for quite a while. We just hadn't had any conversation, or it kind of, went past us. We didn't pay any attention to it, right? But then lo and behold, there it was. And I think for me, the other vehicle that surprised me was the G12. That's coming. I'm like, what? The G12? Sweet. That is cool. See, these sounds are really weird. That's the audio distortion. So they're going to definitely hot fix that. and it's throwing a lot of other things out of sync because at one point before that was happening, ATC was flawless. ATC was flawless. But the one ship that I would hope to see for sure would be the either the Crucible or the Vulcan. And then also they gave a hint. Richard Towler, he's on the vehicle experience team. He gave a clue or a hint about the ground vehicles. They will require fuel now, or some sort of fuel or battery. I'm like, what? So now you're talking about another realm of industrial ships, or not ships, but vehicles, road vehicles, right? It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. Okay, let's get some repairs because I had scratched the paint. Oh yeah, 540 UEC. All right. Then we have the Mirai, the LX Ferry. That's intriguing. I mean, when you want to break up the monotony sometimes, that's another thing, another escape, racing. And it's very intriguing though. But then there's all the different types of ships. So you got to have, and we kind of talked about that too. You know, the different ships will have the advantage on different tracks, right? So if you kind of come to the race with a mixed bag of something, you go after it. And it's kind of like maybe they will have what they need. Well, I'm not going to tell them what they need to do, but what would make sense. If you have an instance where you have certain ships have certain advantages. So let's say you have a race, right? Let's say, for example, I just have the what's another? Give me the M50, right? But then the it would be advantageous for me to have the Mirai LX, right, to race at that particular racetrack or course. So what I do, my way in to rent that, it may not cost me. So I would do a swap. That would be a good idea to swap your current ship for that one temporarily for the race, right? So then it's apples to apples. So it's basically what they were like the commercial they were talking about. It's skill versus skill, you know. But then here's the interesting caveat. Okay, '07 Gladestone. Yeah, you got congratulations. Get some ships. Congratulations there, Gladestone. Happy for you, my man. First day on the new job. Yeah, that's a lot of things to remember. Sleep well, my friend, and congratulations to you. '07. See you in the verse. Man, this community, man, you all are just spoil me, man, and just it's awesome. I appreciate you all so much. And that's one thing I gotta give CIG, I gotta give them credit, man. They brought us they brought this community together, and it's just, and I think that's part of the argument too. We don't want this game to go away because we made some forever friends here in the verse. We have.
Someone from accounts, please
So
contact
keep
management.
going, Chris. Don't
Accounts, contact
get it
management.
together, man.
Thank you.
Whatever whatever the shortcomings there are, fix it, man. Because you you brought together an incredible community. Don't let them down, Chris. Don't let them down. Don't let them down. You got a wonderful community here, Chris Roberts. Okay, I'm at 59%. I'm gonna let's get some nutrients, hydration. Yeah, there's server desync because I should have just had the bottle in my hand. Buy one from the counter.
A movie glass has been found. Report to the manager's office if you think it's yours.
Okay, what's going on here? That was weird. Okay, it's working now.
Clear Bay 3.
He went, aha. There's a no trash can. Oh, looks like I found one. Oh, litter bug.
Need a hazmat team to head down to the subdeck. We got a chem spill.
All right. You better throw that away. Oh my God. A clean verse is a healthy verse. Oh my gosh.
Management just wanted to make a general announcement to check your house.
Oh, nice. Oh, nice, Bender. Nice. There you go. Make some money, man. Make some money. Nice. You're headed back. Cool. Oh, I got my helmet on. Just checking. All right. Very nice, man. Oh, nice. That's a nice haul right there. What's the you know, speaking of CitizenCon wish list, what's the one thing that you need to see, chat, that will say this was a great CitizenCon? What's the one thing you need to see to acknowledge that CitizenCon was a great success? That one thing, what would it be? And it has to be one thing, then. And that means that it would come true. It would be on your wish list. That one thing that will make CitizenCon great. The carrot. The carrot. Oh, you're talking about now, Figment. When you say the carrot, you're talking about the fully working carrot. Is that correct? Correct. That everything on it works. I think that would have to be it. Oh, the Kraken. Oh, that's a damn. Oh, that's a damn good one. Now I was having a flashback. Oh, that's funny. Oh yeah, he said I like that too. Figment likes that too. Oh, the Kraken, man. Oh, the Kraken would be just. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you could literally. I mean, it would be a situation where you take that ship and you hang out in Pyro and say, okay, I'm in Pyro. I'm gonna check out everything that's out there and have little pushback. And that's funny you guys say that because there's a rumor out there. You know, it's always gonna be rumors, but that was a thing because here's the logic behind it, right? They introduced the Kraken in 2018, CitizenCon in Austin, right? And but then they showed us a video of Squadron 42, which that was when they revealed that Henry Cavill was going to be in the game, right? But it also they showed the commercial of the Kraken along with the Valkyrie, right? And then in that video, they had the pirates, right? And so with Squadron 42, I would have to imagine you're gonna fight the at some point before you get engaged into a serious campaign or battle with the Vandal. I think at some point you're going to be engaging the pirates. So it's kind of like two bosses in the game, I would imagine, right? And if that was the case, it would kind of be like the Kraken versus the Idris, kind of like the um the warm up, the warm up band at a big concert, the intro band. It would they would have to go, they would have to be the intro band. You don't just go right into the battle with Vandal. You might see some remnants of scout ships or whatever, but I think you have to face off with the pirates first. And that Kraken, man. Wow. Oh, Figment, I am so jealous. No, I'm congratulations. Man, that is a beast. I'm using my ARC monitor and SCM 55 kV is a lot to handle. Man, I'm telling, man, is it as good as it looks, man? Is it? Tell me. Oh my gosh. I want one of those so bad, dude. You just don't know. I'm kind of like waiting on that. Oh my god, that is a beast. And it's that curved. Oh my gosh, Figment. What? Stop it. You're lying. You're lying. Stop it. What? Oh yeah, how to operate that thing, Admiral. I think people would not care. They would just. But you know what, Admiral? That's funny you say that because that commercial. Remember the commercial we were watching? You would need Argos. You would need other supply ships to constantly. It's a constant feed. I think they would, in order before they if they in before they release the Kraken, they would have to have some sort of documentation or tutorial of how you're supposed to operate the Kraken, as opposed to here's the Kraken, right? I would say um, definitely have some sort of companion or a document or a presentation with that Kraken to say, okay, you need these support ships to constantly supply it with this, that, and the other, right? And of course, you're gonna need someone to help refuel that thing, right? But yeah, it's so much surrounded that surrounds that ship that it's not. You don't just get in and fly it. You have to have little busy bees buzzing around you to support it, right? To make that ship a realization in the game because it's gonna have some realism to it. But how much is filled to fill the tank from empty? Yeah, I would say with that, Admiral, it would be a cost. But at the same time, I would think if there was a balancing aspect of it, it would take a long time for those fuel tanks to run low. But God forbid if you let it run low, then you're going to be you're going to be putting in some work to get those fuel tanks back up. So I think it's going to be a thing of you sip. It's like it's a flow and ebb, right? As you consume fuel, you want to have constant replenishing of that fuel to keep those fuel reserves at a certain point, right? You don't want to just, oh, I'm going to go joyriding in the carrot. I mean, the Kraken. Figment's got me messed up. You don't want to go joyriding, right? Because, yeah, maintenance costs. But you at a certain point, you have to have org support with that ship, correct? You would, I think it's just about having the right approach to that ship, how you approach it, its gameplay. You respect this gameplay. If you get into that ship and use it foolishly, it will make a fool of you because then you're scrambling just to get things operational. It's about that bottom line, baby. The privateer is literally designed to make money to cover those costs. Yeah. And can you imagine those two partnering up? You know, oh, that's, man, I'm just saying, man, it's just the potential, beyond server meshing. The potential with this game is just, I don't want to go too far with it because it's just like the potential is so tremendous. Potentially, man, I don't want to go too far into it because I don't want to get myself disappointed. But they have so much potential with this; it's ridiculous. But having the people to role play this thing out, you can literally role play the hell out of the gameplay mechanics. And then you're talking about persistent hangers. That imagining what they can do with the persistent hangers, and will that become a thing with the Kraken? And when we have we have persistence, right? True persistence now with Pez. Now we're coming around the corner and we're about to get the persistent hangers. So does the Kraken become a persistent hanger in the game? Is that a thing? Will it persist? And how is that shared amongst org members or guilds, crew members? That's something that's going to be an interesting conversation to have them figure that out. It'll be really, really interesting. The Kraken comes with a hanger. Yes, so Figment, there you go. You the potential That could be crazy cool, man. And I think, if you're a crew member, an actual crew member, and let's say you're an org, you have a Kraken. Let's theory craft that, right? So the captain would have the rights to allow people to come in and out of the game, right? So if you were a crew member and they weren't, let's say there was no operation for that day, but you wanted to do some other things. So when you spawn in, you don't spawn to. Do you spawn back into the Kraken, and then you can call up your ship and then release? You can open the hangar and then you can leave the hangar with your ship that you can spawn in it, or maybe a certain number of ships that are yours. You can spawn and then leave the Kraken. So that way you're not tied down. Or do you, when you go into the game, it tells you, do you want to spawn onto the hangar bay of the Kraken with your particular ship? That's a interesting conversation. Or do you say, I want to spawn back at my homestead or back at my hangar? That's interesting right there in itself. That is pretty cool. Um, Having the ability to do that. And as long as the captain or your org member gives you the right to do that, then that should be okay, right? But there's pros and cons to that, right? So there are pros and cons to it. So if there's pros and cons, you don't want you want to kind of keep a hard edge, or you want to keep a line where that line is not crossed. So I would say, yeah, you spawn into the hangar, but there's nothing else around you. That the captain's items are not there, and you can spawn one of your ships, right? And I would say the stipulation would be, or the rule would be, okay, you bring that one ship to the hangar and you despawn it, right? And that's the one. Let's say, okay, I want to go back into the Kraken, but the captain's not there. You just spawn that ship and you leave. And the only other thing is, okay, you're all on Spectrum, or you decide, okay, it's time to play. You spawn back in with everyone in that hangar. So you got to look at the pros and cons of it, so that it's no issues within org members or people. When you got to think of the reality of it, there's a falling out, or they're not org members or friends anymore. Things like that happen, right. So you want to protect everyone through the pros and cons of the whole situation. But again, the potential, man, is just, it's crazy. It's crazy. And that's what, Admiral, you have the, what is that, the Perseus? I got to see that ship. I don't have a Perseus, but I got to see yours, man. I got to see that ship. And I love the design. I love the interior, the way they went about making that multi-crew friendly. What I like about it is the potential for crew members to react to outside influences very quickly, and to respond to things outside the ship. You have a few bigger ships. Oh man, see, I think, how dedicated are you going to be? I'm not knocking it. It's just a question. How dedicated are you going to be with some of these larger ships, Admiral? Is it like full on, like, hey, I'm captain and this is what I do in the game at some point, or it's going to be one or the other? It can't be in the middle. The whole D is definitely going to make money. Oh, it is definitely a money maker. There's no doubt about that. So yeah, so you're utilizing the whole D in order to allow yourself to fly a Perseus or a larger ship. That's how it happens. That's how you can work your operating costs. The whole D will make up for your operation costs. I have the Galaxy, Orion, Tarek, Crucible, Odyssey. Holy smokes, Figment. I think those are all of my big ships. Wow. Yeah, that's a nice combination right there. And that keeps you busy. You'll never get bored. Too big, but love the goal. You're still out there mining, Bender. Me too. I saw some Quantanium. I just wanted to, just a little bit. If you want it, you can come get it. If you want it. And all it is it's an extract mode right away. It's you can extract it. Just let me know if you want it. I'll just spot it. Not, I'll just. I think it's over here. I'll look at the percentage. It's 29% Quantanium and 28% gold. Do you want it? Nah, I'm chill. I gotta take a shower. It's time to work tomorrow. See, I know. Oh shoot. Yeah, it was just a little smidgen. Yeah, it was a little bit. It's like 1.07. Holy smokes. I don't think I'm going to make a dent in this one. Yeah, things are ramping up though, but they have to keep it up. I mean, they got to keep things going at a good pace, but CitizenCon is going to tell us where they are really, where everything is and what to expect. 19K mass about max. Yeah, that was too much. I'll take the Boras. It's easy. I have a few minutes. Roughly what? 23 minutes. Let me see if there's something else out here of value. Boras is not a lot of value in that. Oh wow, Admiral's got the Galaxy, the Perseus, Idris P. Whoa, the Idris P. And you won the Banu Merchantman? Those are my big ships. The Banu, man, that's a cosplay in itself. I mean, it's just you can kind of like, oh, that was good money. Stop it. Okay, I'm going back. The Boris is good. Okay, did not know. I got to do my mining 101 again. What I want to know is why I didn't get a whole seat as my loaner for my whole. I know that doesn't make any sense, Sky. That doesn't make any sense, man. That's some CIG's got some splaining to do with that. That's weird. That should definitely be a loaner. I don't get it. Did you see the notification they said for they mentioned Urkel was the go-to now for values because CIG's like they have to let it go because there's other priorities and other things they have to important things they have to do. Yep, they gave a shout out to Urkel. As a loaner for my whole B. Yeah. But I guess since the whole C is now more expensive than the whole D. Ah, yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I got it. Yeah. It's about that expense. It's about that bottom line, baby. Oh yeah, that's what, November, Admiral? Shouldn't that be November or after CitizenCon? Yeah, after CitizenCon in November. Man, look at us talking about freaking ships, man. Does that make sense, really? Dude, we've been in. Hey, man, we play Star Citizen. What are you talking about? Oh, snap. Okay, I thought I was going to get a 30K. Yeah, just like, I'm going to pull the plug on them. Oh, shoot. Sky, we haven't been making sense for how long? We've been messing with this stuff. We have not been making sense for a long time. So what's your point? What is your point? What are you trying to say, man? we play Star Citizen here. What are you trying to say? Sense has gone out the window a long time ago. You know the cost of those ships? Oh my gosh. Oh, Sky, don't do that. Don't give them any freaking ideas. The Orion, what? Oh, for the Orion? Oh my gosh. You kidding me, right? You think it's gonna... Oh my goodness. Holy smokes, man. Yeah, I lost that Boris. It is massive. I don't see that thing ever landing on a planet or a moon. I think it's just one of those things where it stays in orbit or something. And you possibly mine from orbit or something. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to decide on that. And usually when they make their ships, they get bigger. It's already huge. Yeah, we're talking about that. What about the ship that's above the? It's another RSI ship that they have too. That's it's supposed to be bigger than the Mole, right? But it's right beneath the Orion. It's going to be by RSI. What about that one? We've already voted on it, right? So that's going to be a thing. Okay, I got 17 minutes. I'm not gonna muck around. They haven't named it, but it's RSI. So I would imagine we don't know what the capabilities are, but we're probably guessing that it will allow you to mine, refinery. It'll probably have a refinery on board. It probably could do some other things. Maybe it could sift inert material, right? And so that way you're capable of continuing to find valuable minerals. And there's another thing. We still have yet to get the no, we have where the cargo. Well, what about the what is that? The refinery the Miss Refinery ship, the Expanse. You know, we haven't heard anything about that. Expanse and the Odyssey. The Odyssey figment. The Odyssey is going to be really nice. That's that chip intrigues me. Before Paul Jones stepped off, when exit stage left, he said the carrot killer. He dropped that. SRV was put on the roadmap today for 320 expat. Yes, Admiral, and as well as the G12. That's Twix's ship vehicle. He was like, oh my god, I want that so bad. So he's in a dilemma. He's getting the C1 cargo with the next X patch, as well as the G12 is coming out. He's got problems. He was the carrot killer. He didn't finish it, Sky. Paul Jones never finished it. I mean, he just dropped that and he just pissed people off. Well, he's got a lot of people's ears went up when he said that. They're like, what? What is this? Yep, ship tractor beams. So how is that going to be a thing, man? The ship tractor beam, it's going to be really interesting, right? Where we can move stuff around. It'll be interesting. It makes me wonder, Sky, will we, because they're talking about at CitizenCon, they're going to do the 2 versus 2 master mode. So they're anticipating that there's going to be a lot more dogfighting with a lot more people, right? Because it's supposed to be a more inviting experience. So that's going to be interesting, though. Dog fighting, then calling an SOS. People get in fights, and then and that's good anticipation from CIG. There are going to be people calling the SRV because they want to get away from a dangerous area and brought back and have them bring them back to a station for repairs. And with cargo becoming a really intense thing now, it's reaching the next level. I said this earlier. The Caterpillar might be a candidate where it fills up and it can't leave certain planets. And that may be the case with a couple of the mist ships, right? It can't get to escape velocity to get into orbit. So the SRV, we're going to see some changes where that SRV will become very valuable and will be a needed commodity. And especially with pyro. Let's say you get attacked by gangs and you send an SOS, you never know. But what I wonder is when they bring that out, how savvy will it be on fuel? You want that ship to be able to get into pyro and back. So I think hopefully there's forward thinking in that, holistic thinking of, okay, this relates to so many different aspects of the gameplay. We need this ship to be able to traverse into pyro and bring people back, especially if they send an SOS and they don't want to lose their ship or their custom stuff. They really need to get aerodynamic effects mechanics in. Then I think combat with master modes and atmosphere will be more like what they're shooting for. Skyhawk, you're spot on. No doubt about it. Facts. That's what I wonder. Will they introduce that with CitizenCon in the 2-on-2 versus battle? I would imagine it would be a thing, right? Now that we're going to have that experience in Arena Commander, I kind of see them pushing that right away. If it gets a good reception in at CitizenCon, it may be pushed right away to the Arena Commander. They're calling it their experimental modes, right? But I don't know. I mean, it's all at the end of the day, it's all up to them making that call, and especially if it's ready or not. That's just the thing. And I'm just talking and turn that off. Oh, Admiral, didn't they say they're going to bring the vertical UI where you can do landings when you go to land into a bay, you can look at the instrument panels and you kind of line up within the circle or something or square. I think they mentioned that too. Admiral says, yeah, once atmospheric forces come into the play where you can just fall out of the sky, that would be huge. Thrusters aren't supposed to be used heavily, not like VTOLs. Yeah. Yeah, we might get that VTOL again, revisited to us, especially for the non-aerodynamic type of ships, and hopefully they'll incorporate that with the Santak Ya. Yeah, they got lots coming down the pipeline. But yeah, it seems, but I kind of feel that they're getting a rhythm on things and a cadence, especially once they're able to open the game up to allow more content to come into the mainstream of the game. I think Figment was mentioning it too, that once we kind of see the resources allocated in a way that will allow more resources to go in, we should see more things speed up. Essentially, we're at a bottleneck right now of what they can put into the game. And supposedly that's the other part of what the server meshing will do to help out with allowing them to put more content in. Oh 07. Yeah, I'm out here, man. I'm still messing with it. I'm still messing with this sickness or whatever you want to call it. Oh man. Yeah, it's ramping up. I think everyone feels it. It's getting to a point where I think it's gonna start. It's everything is starting to kick off now. It really is. And I think now it's showtime with this server meshing. I don't know if we get it. We some are saying we'll probably get it end of year. That's rumor. We don't know. But the most important thing is they have to show proof that it works. And I think everyone will be fine with that. All right, here we go. Work order delivered. But so far, this is probably, post 318. This is probably like one of the, man, I tell you, this is reminiscent of 317. This is a compared to all the 318, 319 dot one. This is really, really smooth. This plays pretty decently, and it's, knock on wood, I did not run across a 30K. There's a lot of stuttering. There was a lot of stuttering. It's really smooth now, as you can see. So they're doing something right. I think, some will say, well, there's another game out there, but it's different. it's really different. But also, I think they can look at that and use that as for inspiration. You know, Starfield is a thing for inspiration with this game, and I think that's the way to go. Use it as inspiration, and also to flesh out the things that you want to do, and you can kind of see, oh, that's what that's going to look like. And I think there are people, some people are more visual, and when they see things like that, they can say, oh, wait a minute. Now this helps me think about that dilemma that I wanted to do with the game. So it works. But yeah, man, end of an era. Port Olisar. What? Freaking Port Olisar. It's done. I mean, it's all about Seraphim. It's Seraphim now. But I'm really excited about what the Mist Hull is bringing to the tables, because we're on the cusp of Tony Zorvik's vision coming to truth. Big's timelines has nothing to do with Starfield. What it does is tell people to shut up because the game looks dated and has serious limitations. Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's visual references, Admiral. Like, for example, you see space creatures, and that's definitely on the table with CIG. Their versions of space creatures are going to be next level. We're looking at these details, and then they say, "Oh, this is the representation. This is what this is what they're offering." And once they really get that going, and it has everything to do with AI and server tick rates, and they want everything to function a certain way, mechanically or organically, how the creatures move. I think they're going to be ready to show us some next level stuff. Performance is up. Another lighting pass was made. Persistence locked in. Like you said, we're moving forward. We're definitely moving forward. They're getting that foundation in, which is Pyro, and I think you got Pyro, you got Nyx, and then it's from there. It's just like wherever the jump gates are going to move. And I think that star map is definitely the reference that we can use and say, okay, once they start building out a couple of systems, then when they start branching out, then it's like anybody's guess. And I think what it will do I think they will kind of mimic that direction as far as being able to create more than one system at a time. I'm sure that's what they're going to talk about. I'm sure they're planning that in their minds. 1,100 employees. You have the tools to do it, the development tools to build things out. You got procedural processes in place. By all means, they're going to do multiple systems at a time. We don't know at what extent in the beginning, but once they really get rolling with it, it's going to be mind-boggling. I mean, it won't be a thing of, well, what's next? What's next? It's going to be like, hey, did you hear this system is coming down the pipeline? And when it gets to that point, then it's like, okay, it's going to be an experience. No, I'm going to be watching. Unfortunately, my schedule, man, I won't be able to make it. That one's, the timing was not good. I've been so busy. I didn't even have time to really play or get on and stream it. It was just like, man, it was just so much to do. And I still have a lot to do. Okay, you said it. Do I need to repost? Repost what? What are you reposting? Oh no, man, dude, it isn't going to be on TV. What are you talking about? I'll be here watching on TV. Yeah, I'm going to be watching. It's not like I'm going to not watch it. I have the best freaking seat in the house. I'll be in AC. Good journey, 07. Definitely, if SC had the fun side quest and detailed missions as if it will become undefeated, it will be an undefeated game. Well, Here's the thing, J Matt, with what the content, well, with the features that they're giving us and what they're delivering upon, and you put that in our hands, we can make our own content. That's the other aspect of Star Citizen that Starfield does not have, the ability for players to have content in their hands, crafting, things of that nature, RPG style elements. We bring that to the table. It's starting to opening. Those doors are starting to open now with that aspect of the game. And then we start introducing more systems, fauna, flora, alchemy, pharmaceuticals. Then they're already knocking on the door with the cargo aspect. Oh, hey, I tried to convince him to go. Stop it, man. What? Skyhawk, you need to go. You got tickets waiting on you, and you're not going. He's like, oh, I can't go, man. My CitizenCon money is my CitizenCon ship money. Hence, I'm staying home. Admiral, no, that makes perfect sense because there's going to be a lot of ships and a little Aurora salute. Oh yeah, it's going to be ships galore. We're getting so many ships right now. We have the Misk, and might I say that's some of the best tech so far, man. The moving mechanical parts. I've never seen anything like that. I don't know. Maybe Eve Online or something does that. I know Elite Dangerous doesn't, but I've never seen a ship kind of function and unfold. And I mean, I've never seen anything like that before. And just to think, they're crazy enough to forego the other two ships, right? In the sense of, oh, all you have to do is scale up the other one and you have an identical duplicate of that, right? Knowing CIG, they would be crazy mad scientists to say we're going to do a different construction or a different mechanic altogether that's different from this existing Mist ship where how it unfolds and opens up. I would not put it past them that they would do something like they would be crazy enough to do that. I'm almost expecting them to do that because it would be too easy to just copy paste, scale up, and then you have the other ship. If they do that, I would be shocked. But if they do something crazy like altogether different, I expect that from them. I would expect that from them totally. They're crazy enough to do that. Oh, Admiral he's loving his serial number. My Fury LX serial number is Mirai 02652. Should I have brought it sooner? Well, I mean, can't go back now, Admiral. If you don't like the number, just get a couple more. But are you gonna be racing though, Admiral? That's the question. Is it just something you're gonna put in your virtual hangar and show off and say, hey, there, look at that, that's a beauty? Or you're gonna use it like a recon ship, like fast, get in fast, get out fast. So that again, my point was, you give us the tools, the features, we can make our own content. It doesn't necessarily have to be for racing. I need to pay someone $500 for number one. Who the hell is it? Damn it! I think you need to go on Spectrum and put that offer out there, Admiral. Someone will bite. It might be even Chris. Chris might have the first copy himself. You never know. But yeah, you don't necessarily have to have that for racing. You can actually have that for reconnaissance. Imagine a fast target, and I love that Black Star color. That's a recon ship for me. Because why? Because I can do it. Because they give us the tools and we can make it whatever we want. If I had to guess, it might be one of those racers that are in the ad or one of the devs that worked on it. Good point, Skyhawk. You know what? That makes sense. The vehicle experience teams, because I recognize their voices. And I think Griff He's big on, well, we know he's big on Origin. So the G12 is put on the roadmap. I'm shocked you didn't mention that. I'm shocked you didn't mention that. But yeah, the G12 is definitely on the roadmap, which I was like, what? The G12? But see, it makes sense because they've revamped the surface structure, the how you actually drive the ship on surfaces. They revamped that, so that would be the perfect ship to. I mean, well, I keep, well, not ship, but car vehicle, perfect vehicle to utilize those new surfaces and just test driving it and just having fun with that. And that thing can peel out because there's a racing version of that. So what will they bring all the variants out? That's another question too, because they just said generically G12. But think about it. You wreck it. You lose the serial number, wouldn't you? I should garage my legs. I'm already a retired racer, Kimmy. Well, it was a good career. Skyhawk, back in the day, that was his stream. He would just, when they just had that module, the racing module, he would just drift, man. He was pretty good. He's gotten himself pretty good. He's trying to get back into it a little bit. But now we're talking about the advent of all these different racing circuits. And that was the other point I wanted to make up was you saw in the commercial, the Machinima commercial, where you had various ships were lining up with the Mirai. But then I think, Admiral, you made a point that the stats are different, right? Because what is that? The Misk Razor was one of the faster of the two. That's like a straightaway, right? But see, what I would do if I was CIG, I would create variations in the racetrack, right? So that certain advantages will kind of happen in certain areas of the racetrack. Like there's a straightaway, there's curves, there's dips, So then as you come upon the part of that track that your ship is adept to outperforming the others, then that's where you see the racing advantages. Well, you'll pull ahead a little bit. There's a straightaway, then the miss will, for example, there's a long straightaway. All of a sudden, the miss will pull away, but then you get into those tight turns. All of a sudden, it will lag a little bit, and then the miss or the Mirai, the Fury will kind of shine through that. Things of that nature. You have tracks that will there'll be pros and cons, so that way when you enter a race on those particular race tracks, you can use whatever ship you want. It's just a matter of, oh, here's the part of the race course that I'm really good at. So it would be really interesting if you had that. But then the other aspect of it is, if you know that your ship will lack, so there'll be a trade-off. So you'll go to the circuit, and your actual official racer, you can swap your ship for a Mirai or something like that. So that way it's an even race. But for certain tracks that have variations, just go with the ship that you're good at. I think that's the variation they have to highlight, so then it makes it welcoming for everyone. So everyone doesn't just say, I'm gonna get a Mirai and I'm gonna melt my other race ships. Like, I'm gonna melt the M50. So they do a disservice to all the work that they put in. So they gotta build around that, so you have those variations that will, make people want to keep that ship, but not just park it into the hangar and say, hey, that's a trophy piece there. Look at that. That's, I used to race that back in the day, but I don't race it anymore. So retired man, old man racer, gonna have to rest on my laurels from the pre 2.0 and 2.x days. And see, you were, at that, during those days, Skyhawk, if you got 30 frames per second, it was a great day. Right? It was a great day. Usually you get 15 on the average day. It was 15 frames per second. Those days have changed now. These frame rates are just ridiculous now. And now, no telling where it's going to go once we get those, like Admiral mentioned, those the physicalized surfaces, and then we get the server meshing where these resources are allocated properly. The server tick rate will go up, desync will go down. It won't mitigate it all the way, but they'll go down to an extent. Now and then, all of a sudden, that's the enticing thing about racing, because then, what did Tom Cruise say? I have the need for speed, and to have that kind of rush, kind of like the Machinima commercial. That's all about adrenaline rush right there. And then they're talking about there's an aspect of you being a part of a racing team. There's aspects of people gambling and betting on you, and it's people can watch it. It's a living universe. It's a sci-fi living universe. It has that potential. But yeah, that ship is intriguing. That LX Fury, it's a beautiful design. And then I have yet to go to a racing track in this game and actually go through the course and fly it. I have not once. And it's crazy. And it's what's going to happen when we get 5 to 10 systems in. It's going to be so many things to do. It's going to be so many things to do and different things to choose from. It's just like what I'm going to do today. That's typically going to be, for a lot of people, what Star Citizen will be. It's like, okay, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm just going to jump in the game. And then you're going to have some people say, I'm only going to do this because I'm good at this, and that's my reputation. I'm not changing a thing. And they're going to be just as happy. Hopefully we'll get the NPCs to join the party too, once they get those resources realigned. And that's going to be very different. That's going to be a very different dynamic to what they bring to the table. Man, but yeah, man, it's going to be an early day again. It's going to be an early one for me, so I'm going to call it. But I would tell everyone, please look at the second part 2 of the Chad McKinney was on the last Thursday. That's part 2 is coming out tomorrow. Can you believe that was just last week? Oh my gosh, things are flying, man. Time is flying. So he's going to be on. That's going to be the part 2, the cargo inside Star Citizen. I think that's a must-watch episode because cargo is basically it's our foundational economic system, right? Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? And tomorrow makes it 1 month away from CitizenCon. Wow, dude, incredible. We're a month away. Probably less than that because it's, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Yeah, it is a month because that's 21st. So the first day is going to be on the 21st. So that's 30 days away. And then the 22nd, that'll be the 31st. Holy smokes. Yeah, no doubt about it. We know, I would put my money, if I was a betting man, Squadron 42 will be on Sunday. Because that's Chris's baby. It's gonna start with Chris Roberts. It's gonna finish with Chris Roberts, and it's all about CitizenCon. I mean, it's all about Squadron 42. We have not seen it in ages, man. And I think even when we saw the preliminaries of it, it was kind of like, yeah, it wasn't great graphically. We saw where they were just getting things in and setting things up, but I think we're gonna see a very polished version of it that is going to be like eye-popping, where we're like, holy smokes, man, they put the scrub on this thing. It's really nice. But that's going to be for Sunday. If he brings it on Saturday, I would be shocked, because this is him. This is his baby, and he's been holding it close to the vest for the longest. Save that last day for Squadron 42. And I think that's a big deal, because I don't think it's just all about showing it off. It's yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But hey, Hardy '07 to everyone out there. I don't believe I've been playing this game for 10 freaking years, man. This is ridiculous. What the hell is going? Yeah, Star Citizen community, the best community. Best community. Man, it's a ride. It's been a ride, but I think I'm looking for them to say, make those announcements. Just make those announcements and just get the excitement meter all the way to 10. Bring it to 10, and then follow through. But yeah, shout out to Urkel, man. They're not gonna continue the data spread of the calculations. They said it was out there. Look for it. They said it's there's a lot of work because they got other priorities now. They got to let it go. And they shouted out Urkel for taking care of that. And now Urkel's saying, "Hey, man, I'm doing things now." So he's looking for some support on that. But yeah, Urkel, man, he did some incredible work, and they appreciated it from again. This would not be possible without this community and how they're forging and still continuing to support CIG in numerous ways that goes far beyond monetary. That's the whole point of this. It goes far beyond monetary. It's deeper than that. And I think that's the special thing about it. I can't freaking make this up, man. I'm not pulling this out of my ass. It's like I'm not. I can't make this up. It's facts. That's why I'm just saying it, and I'm saying it just out of my head. I'm not making it up. But they do things be so far beyond, so far beyond. It's mind-boggling, but that's what makes it special. It does. And it's just now it's getting better. It's only getting better. All right, you guys stop. You just tell me to stop rambling. I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm on a tangent. I'm gonna stop. But I think what I'm gonna do. I guess Inside Star Citizen to be out tomorrow evening, so I'll drop in and just take a look at that, and then I'll get myself ready for the weekend. But it's gonna be a long day tomorrow, early and a long day. But I'll come in and take a peep at Inside Star Citizen, and I implore you all to look at that. It's all about the cargo. So that's all I got. So with that said, everyone, thanks for stopping in. 07s. And let's get ready, man. Here it comes. It's coming our way. If we ever go out, we will not be able to take our wives. Oh my gosh. Hey, put it this way, Figment. They'll know where you are. That's the thing. That's why they let us. They'll know where you are. Everyone, 07. Thanks for stopping in. We'll see you tomorrow. Inside Star Citizen. We'll do a little watch party, whatever.
Damn, son, you just hit with the
Jangola
wow effect.
07, thank you. It's Wednesday. Are they on? Okay, Admiral's suggesting. Okay, let's see. All right. Where are these guys? Hold on. Thank you for the follow, Jangola. Oh, you will. I'll be here tomorrow for the Inside Star Citizen watch party, Jangola. So come hang out. Okay, we're gonna head over to the yacht club, see what they're up to. They're gonna talk about origin ships, the 890 jumps. No, they're really chill, man. Oh sevens. All right, okay, we're gonna read them. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Let's make it happen, Captain.
But it's so painful in so many ways. I've started to install a bunch of mods, so it's like, yeah, I'm gonna add plenty more mods. Kimmy, welcome.
Hey,
Brady with
Kimmy.
Brody 11, welcome everybody.
Good to see you guys. Hope things are going well. We're just getting into it. We're about to dive